What's going on? We are back.
Whoa!
We are back, everybody, with episode 20 of the Jader and Kyle show. We
I
missed you
did
guys
it!
last week. Yeah, he did do it. Look at that.
Oh shit! I got it. All right, cool.
Most excitement I've seen out of you so far today.
Oh man,
Jader, we
we'll
missed
get it.
last week, everybody, so we're going to be bringing you 2 episodes this week. Jader was in the Schmodown gym getting himself ready, doing some mind push-ups and some trivia pull-ups. Yeah, that's right. So we're going to come back strong this week. We're going to have another episode in just 2 days, so get ready for that, everybody. But tonight, we decided to do something different. It's episode 20, which is crazy to think about. Jader, first of all, Jader, you are so out of it right now. What's going on, man? it's like your face
Life,
back against the dirt.
life,
In
dude.
there, yeah?
Life, man. Life. Honestly, it's just life. Been well, you said it yourself that prior last week we couldn't get into it. We couldn't get into the show because I was honestly studying. You were there present every time, and I don't remember the last time I fell asleep past like 1:30 in the morning. Before 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Then work has been killer. We've been really busy this week, which is awesome because of the phone release that came out.
Mhm.
T-Mobile doesn't pay me enough to be throwing names out there.
Need the plug.
Yeah, exactly. No plugs, man. But yeah, it's been that work, running around. I get out of work, kids, getting them, doing homework with them. It was Steph's birthday yesterday. Dinners and homework and kids and bathing
Happy
and
birthday,
dropping them.
Steph.
He said happy birthday. She's here.
Oh, she's here. Wow.
She says thank you. but that's her hand. What was I gonna say? So yeah, no, it's just been exhausting to say the least. So I'm tired, man. I just want to sleep.
We're making you better as a Schmodown competitor, though, so it's all going to
There you
pay
go.
off in the end. But today we are doing a special episode. We're doing a movie draft, guys, and I'll explain the rules in a little bit. But the movie draft, we chose the year. Well, we'll get to that in a little bit. But first, we're not alone in this episode. We decided to bring in the person who was on the very first episode of the Jader and Kyle show, and that is the big boss man, Steve Farace. Steve, what's up?
What's up, fellas?
Welcome.
You know,
Look who's here.
if we're any wrestling fans out there, you call me the big boss man, and that was a wrestler back in the day, Cobb County, Georgia.
He comes in immediately with a wrestling reference. What are we doing here?
Big boss man, bro. You did it. I didn't do it. You did it.
I like it.
What's going on, fellas?
Steve, this is the first time you're in the show without crashing it, so this is it's got to be a new experience for you.
So it took 20 episodes to get invited onto the show, so I appreciate that. And I only make it one episode ahead of Nardo, which I don't know how that happens either, but not bitter. Not
still
bitter.
beat her. One's better than nothing.
I beat her. Stu Guts.
Yes, Nardo
Win's a win.
On Thursday, but she's not important today. This is about Steve, and we're going to talk about
ever.
Huh?
Ouch.
I said, is she important ever? You know what's crazy? I haven't seen Nardo, I think, since maybe January, but I saw her yesterday.
Congratulations, bro. What?
Yeah, my eyes almost fell out of my sockets. Shut up. No, we'll pick fun at her tomorrow, but today, what are we doing? Because I have no idea.
There we go. So again, to give you guys,
Yeah, we're learning with you guys. So
Yeah,
we're all tired today, guys. It's been a tough week. I just sent Steve. So pull back the curtain. I sent Steve a text that said now, and usually I send a text that says now in order to tell him to share out the show. He already knew he was on the show. He was already sharing it, and I still sent him the now. So
Yep.
that's where we are today.
I was going to call you out on that. So I'm glad you fessed up at the begining.
Yeah,
I was like, really? Actually, I stopped sharing to see what you said.
Oh man, this show's gonna be a mess, and I can't wait.
Yep.
We're gonna start today, though, guys. DC had a big weekend. DC Fandome, which very clever play on words. The Fandome was in full swing this week, and we got our first look at a bunch of DC stuff that we haven't seen in a while. First of all, we had the Wonder Woman trailer, which we can get into in a little bit. But the number one thing I want to talk about is the Batman. Oh, why is there a question mark? The Batman.
Because people are wondering about what's going on with Batman.
Batman. Okay, Batman. Did you guys
give it an exclamation point. There you go.
Oh, he was on it.
See?
You guys are connected, bro. You guys are connected.
It's the Jader and Kyle show.
Right there.
But the Batman, we got our trailer. We got our first look at Robert Pattinson as Batman, Matt Reeves' direction. You saw the trailer. Jader, I'm going to throw it to you first to wake you up. What'd you think?
This was me watching this trailer. I was so happy with it because not for nothing. I was always pro Robert Pattinson. I just needed him to bulk up a little bit, but he's not a huge Batman. He's still pretty scrawny. But I know he has the chops to the acting chops at least to pull this off. But I wasn't, and you know what? I don't feel like I didn't want to discredit Matt Reeves whatsoever because he's a phenomenal director. But I didn't know where everything was going, especially with COVID and pausing and this and then that, which, again, that has nothing to do with pre-production or anything like that. But I didn't know what to expect. I did not expect to see what we got in that trailer. That felt like and again, it's not a knock towards Matt Reeves, but it felt like I was watching a David Fincher film. It has that kind of like dark, gritty tone. I love the tape and the question, everything about it. It was so good. You know, a lot of naysayers in this house over there was Steph was completely against Robert Pattinson. She's like, I'm not watching this movie. I can't believe it because Batman is like anything Batman. When I'm talking about stop. Anyways, so she didn't want to see it. She was really pissed off with the casting, and I sat her down. Didn't tell her what she was watching. She's just watching the trailer, and her eyes are getting glued. And she's like, "What is this? What is this?" And when she sees the batsuit, she looks, and then she sees everything, and her jaw dropped on the floor, and said, "All right, I'm in."
Yeah,
it did its job. The trailer did its job. And there's a lot of naysayers out there. There's still a lot of naysayers, a lot of old men and all that out there, you know. But I'm all in. I'm completely all in.
What's incredible is they've only shot 25% of this movie, according to Matt Reeves and Colin Farrell and all these people. That they've only gotten 1/4 of the way shooting. They're gonna finish shooting in September. They're finally going back. So it's incredible all the footage we got from it. Steve, what stood out to you watching this trailer? What was your favorite piece of it?
I don't know if it was if I had a favorite piece of it, but I've not been sold on this guy. Maybe it's the glitter, maybe it's not. But just, you know, it looked a lot more solid than what I thought it was going to be. And I don't usually read too much into trailers, and I still won't. But there's little reason to be, optimistic about anything DC. You know, I get the last few have been better, obviously. But still, I like to keep my expectations low when it comes to DC, so that I'm happy coming out of it.
So they don't disappoint. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of, Jenny. I'll read comments on the show. I will do it. Jenny says, the Batman trailer was surprisingly good, and I completely agree. I wasn't expecting much. I was not excited when. Bert tossed in the chat the trailer. The trailer was coming up and this and that. I wasn't excited about it, but I'm cautiously optimistic now.
I'm pumped for this. So
pumped, yeah.
I'm really pumped. So like you brought up the David Fincher-esque type of film. That's how I felt immediately, like a Zodiac or a Seven.
Yeah. I got a lot of Seven feel from it. And I was like, This is awesome with the tape and the notes and everything. I'm like, this is awesome.
So I want to address Dre
Green.
Green.
Setting yourself up right now.
Dre Green addressed that Bruce Wayne needs work, and that I think he's talking about specifically how he looks a little weak and scared. And I think that's because Matt Reeves has said this. He said that Batman's only in his second year of being Batman when he's in this film. So that's where it's setting. He's still new to this. He's still trying to learn what's going on and how to fight crime. Yeah, he can, beat the shit out of someone, like we saw in the trailer with that guy with the makeup on. He's
just like my favorite GIF going around right now. It's just everywhere already. It's so good.
But what was the villain, especially the Riddler? I didn't even know was until I went back to watch it.
You're in and out.
Can you hear me now?
Cut off completely.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Is that because you're working for? I know it's because of where you're working. You just said that.
Ugh.
Can you hear me now?
All right, we got the Jader in timeout. The Riddler's what stood out to me. I didn't. I knew Riddler was in this movie. I didn't see him in the trailer originally because I was looking out for the green. You know, I guess that's just natural with Riddler. I want to see the green. I was looking for the giddiness. And the thing about it was, I've never thought of Riddler being a dark and serious type of villain. And this is perfect for him. A serial killer who thinks who's a genius and wants to play a game with his victims. That's amazing. Having the tape all over his face with the goggles on, that's really dark and scary. And then finally you get to Colin Farrell, which I didn't even know it was Colin Farrell until you put his eyes right up next to another picture of Colin Farrell's eyes. That makeup is awesome. You won't even recognize them. So all these villains don't look like their comic book counterpart or what we've seen in other movies of these villains. They look like a different take. So I'm really interested in what he's doing. Also, shout out to Zoe Kravitz, who I wasn't too on board with when it came to her casting, but she looks really good in this too. So I'm pumped. I'm in for the Batman. Is anything else you guys want to point out about this?
Pretty much the Colin Farrell thing. I was looking out for, since I knew he got casted and it's Colin Farrell. I'm like, all right, so the first villain's going to be the Penguin. We haven't seen the Penguin since DeVito. It's going to be a good time. But then seeing all the riddles, and I was like, wait, is it Riddler? Is it not? And then we didn't see any except for that one shot of Oswald Cobblepot.
Yeah,
you know, and then seeing the question marks, I'm like, man, this is dope. And even the way they were putting 2021, that everything, I was like, man, yes. I'm all in. Zoe Kravitz also. I liked what I saw so far of Catwoman.
Yeah. And I think personally, like, let's talk about the elephant in the room and Pattinson. Like, I think Pattinson looks like he's going to be great in this film. I know people are hesitant. That Twilight stigma is still out there, which people just watch another one of his movies.
It's not fair.
That isn't Twilight. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair to an extent. Like you said, watch more movies. If all that you saw, that is the umbrella over him.
It's a stigma.
When you see him, you see the glitter. You know?
And that's what Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy is the reason why he didn't do 50 Shades, because he's like, I'm gonna be remembered as this guy, and I don't want to be. You know?
Yeah.
Thank God, and I'm super happy he didn't.
Yeah, exactly. He will forever always be Jack Steller to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Which I just watched this year.
Who?
You saw it again?
I just watched Sons of Anarchy this year.
First time?
Yep.
Oh,
Anarchy.
Dude. I'm rewatching them. I'm on season 4, I think, on the rewatch. Okay. But I love that show. I don't like the ending too much, but overall the show's fantastic. Another thing I wanted to mention was we're getting, like, I feel, again, you said it was his second year being Batman. You can tell because the way he beats down the guy is not usually how Batman does his thing. He beats the shit out of people, but not like that, you know? And I feel like he's going to be working on his restraints. I feel like we might even get a certain element from, like, Man of Steel, if you will, where Clark couldn't hold back on killing Zod. Spoilers for those who haven't seen Man of Steel. But, you're going to have that where I feel like he's going to teeter-totter between that line where he's going to, with the whole where do you cross that line type shit,
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I see Dre Green say that Janelle Monáe, in my opinion, would be a better choice as Catwoman. That could definitely work. Yeah,
we don't know that,
but we haven't seen. No. But I'm saying she could work. Like, if they had casted her, we'd probably be like, oh, that's a good casting choice. We haven't seen what Zoe did. Like, we've seen he's getting
ready. He's getting ready for the show that we're going to do in 10 years as we rewatch the Batman.
That's true.
And who could have done what? The recast.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. So Batman, that's coming out in October of 2021, maybe. With the coronavirus going on.
It better come out.
They put question marks at the end, so maybe it's not. We don't know.
Riddler hype.
Just quick other things. Do you guys? I think James Gunn's The Suicide Squad featurette. I thought that was really cool.
Fantastic. That was my second favorite thing, probably, that they announced because of the featurette. Mm-hmm. At first, I was like, all right, it's James Gunn. I am excited, but I just because of that bad taste of the first Suicide Squad, seeing that featurette pumped me up completely. Like, I am all in for that movie as well. Actually, that was my favorite thing until I saw the Batman trailer. I was like, never mind. Mm-hmm. So Suicide Squad, I'm definitely in for that as well. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This conversation with Batman and the Suicide Squad is reminding me of the little gift that you always post when I talk about the Mets, Kyle. Don't do it. Don't give me hope.
Don't give me hope,
man. Don't give me hope.
I'm really into the Suicide Squad. Everyone knows I stan Margot Robbie, especially as Harley Quinn. She's amazing. And then also you're throwing in Idris Elba and John Cena. And also, who wasn't even featured in it, Taika Waititi's in the Suicide Squad. And I feel like James Gunn's going to wipe out half that team at the beginning of the movie. I feel like Nathan Fillion's gone, Sean Gunn's gone, Pete Davidson's going to be gone. It's going to be really fun to watch what they do because they're
going to do like a Deadpool 2 X-Force thing going on where the half of the Suicide Squad is literally going to be like dead, and then you get the real squad that's coming in. Yep.
It's going to be
John Cena was there. I didn't see John Cena.
John Cena's in the movie. Yeah, he's playing a character called Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Which is just perfect.
Joker's flying over everybody's heads.
It's going to be really funny.
Oh,
jeez. You guys are tired.
Holy shit. God damn. Good on you, man. Good on you. That was a good one. I'm so sorry.
I missed it.
Heard a little. I said John Cena was in there. I didn't see him.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Oh, he just got the joke.
He just got it.
How about that? All right. Anything else from DC fandom you guys want to mention? Black Adam, the video games, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's coming out in like 2 months, it feels like. So I'm still confused on Wonder Woman. I don't know why Chris Pine is there. I don't get why they brought him back. That's my biggest trepidation going into it. But see the movie first before you judge it with all these movies. But I'm just a little hesitant on it. I saw Cheetah in that trailer and immediately thought cats. That's not something I want to think of. So I hope they prove me wrong. I think they're gonna do it, but I do have that inkling of hesitation with Wonder Woman right now.
I actually liked how Cheetah looked. I thought that scene where they were fighting each other was really, really dope. But now that you mentioned cats, you kind of fucked me because now I'm seeing that. And sorry. Anyway, but yeah, I am excited for it. I think the first one is fantastic. It's actually my second favorite DC film. But seeing all the other trailers, for some reason, I don't know why I felt like it was kind of more of the same. And the whole Steve Trevor thing, for me, it's the same thing. Like, you killed off the character, he's back. Why?
Dre Green has an explanation in there.
Okay, they brought him back.
Comment. I'm gonna train you. Pop that comment up, baby.
They brought him back because that's Diana's biggest fantasies. That's the villain's game with her. I mean, maybe. We don't know yet. But in the trailer, you don't get that, and it's weird because that death was so perfect. I loved how he said goodbye, but she didn't hear it until after he was already gone. That it was a really, really nice send off. So see him get back. I hope they do it right. I trust Patty Jenkins, but let's see what happens. Anything else, guys, from DC?
Video games. I'm glad. I mean, we heard that Shazam 2 had already gotten a green light, but seeing it officially there, Fury of the Gods. Seeing the team up there, I am completely in. That's another one that I feel like that movie's highly underrated. It's so great. And the video games, man. Let me tell you what I saw at Gotham Knights. I love the Arkham games. I love them. And giving you the ability to play online co-op is a very, very nice touch. And it just looks like an awesome storyline because everybody's getting Batman fatigue. I get that. So why not do this? Why not use your Batwomans and your Nightwings and your Robins and your Red Hoods? So, and I don't know, storyline wise, it looks dope. I saw the gameplay; it looks awesome. And then I want to see more for the other game, the Suicide Squad game. I want to see gameplay because you only got the trailer. Yeah. But I love the idea of you being. First of all, that trailer was hilarious, right? And I loved seeing them interact with each other, still kind of like telling each other to go, fuck themselves and all that. And then at the end, you see Captain Boomerang's like, oh, so who are we fighting? And it's like Superman. Awesome. Yeah. So that game for me is going to be, imagine you're the Suicide Squad fighting the Justice League. So you're going to have to fight Wonder Woman. If they choose Wonder Woman, it'd be great to finally get like maybe a Martian Manhunter in the game, because that'll be some cool levels or cool fights that you can do against them. You can get yourself a Batman and all. So it's promising. Let me tell you, DC, they hyped it up, man. They did what they needed to do. I feel like they're again a step on the right direction, and we can only hope they just don't fumble the ball at the end.
Every villain you face better be bulletproof, because there's a plot hole in that game of Deadshot not missing any shot. So I should be able to hit the villain every single time with a bullet if I'm Deadshot. Just saying.
Don't be that guy. Don't be
Why
that guy.
are you that guy, bro?
But the co-op thing is something that people have been asking for years, and not just in DC games, but just every game. And hey, with COVID around, I think it's even more important. Because you ain't calling your boys over to come play.
At least they're not till 2021 and 2022, because I can't even finish Last of Us Part 2 yet. I'm still trying to do that. It's still chugging along. It's really hard to play video games.
I don't remember. What's weird? I don't remember if I finished the first one. I can't remember.
Yeah, first one's fantastic. I bought that game the day it came out, and I have not got it. I have not played more than 30 minutes at all. There's so many games I want to play, like the Avengers game's coming out next week. I know it's we're talking about but the Marvel Avengers game is coming out next week. I'm dying to get that game. Ghost of Tsushima is another game that I've been trying to play. Haven't been able to play that.
PGA Tour 2K21. Yep.
No.
2K21.
The Avengers game is going to be a birthday gift for my son.
Yeah.
All right.
He can play it after I'm done.
Let's get to it, everybody. The 2014 movie draft. This was an idea.
Let's find out these rules.
I had.
You have all these rules.
I explained the rules. They didn't listen. Just to give you guys another peek behind the curtain. We kind of just throw the show together like bricks and water. We're just trying to stack everything together and hope it sticks. So let's see what happens, guys. What's going to happen is
20 shows later, it's been working, man. I don't know.
We're doing it.
Definitely working.
We chose 2014. Why? Because 2014, I feel like, is one of the best years.
Kyle chose 2014.
I did choose 2014.
Yeah, we is way too many.
He learned French. He learned French over these 20 episodes.
I will pull up the text that said, or any other year if you guys want, and you guys didn't say anything. So 2014 it is. In this draft, what's going to happen is it's like a regular fantasy draft. It's a snake draft. We're going to pick numbers of the order, and we're going to have 5 rounds. And we're just going to be picking what movie we want best for whenever our picks up. And at the end, we're going to compare rosters. You guys are going to get to vote online, and we're going to talk about it within the next couple of days of who had the best movie roster by the end of it all. 2014, guys, but when you look at 2014, let's start there. What stands out to you in this year? Not movies individually, but just the movie industry itself. Does anything?
I was like, I'm not giving you my answer.
Yeah, dude, you were trying to cheat right there.
I put it out there. I'm going to crush you guys right now. I'm letting you right now. I'm going to crush you guys in this. Just watch. Dan chiming in saying 1999 is the best movie year ever. Thank you so much, Dan, for that useless contribution.
Don't say that. 99, it was a great year.
It is a great year.
Matrix came out. You had American Pie come out that year. I love 1980 and then 1970. Okay, that's useless.
Yeah, that's useless information.
Fuck 80s movies.
Wow. Really? Unexpected from you.
Foreshadowing. Okay, guys. So yeah, 2014. What movies stand out to you? Because we're gonna keep that a secret. But when you look at this year, like what kind of stands out to you in the movie industry itself? Because to me, it feels like a turning point for everything. You really saw filmmakers throw their heavy hitters out there. You saw a lot of emerging filmmakers that we really look at today. I'm not going to say their names because we're being very competitive right now.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I can agree with you with saying filmmakers throwing heavy hitters and a start of a great list of future films, if you will. So
yeah, it was a nice eclectic mix. I think that there's several flicks that arguably could be number one for the year.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about top tens, though. I was looking back at some of the top tens as well as my own. And it's just it's cool to see all the different types of flicks, the different genres that could have been, you know, top 5, top 10, top 15. You know, some of those flicks that came in late in the year and weren't seen by many, but were fantastic nonetheless.
Yeah, agreed.
All right. So how we're gonna pick this order right here is I have toilet paper, and one has a 1 on it, one has a 2 on it, and one has a
Brilliant.
3 on it. All right.
Seems fair. Seems fair.
All right. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take one of these numbers. I'm just gonna put it in my hand right now. Okay.
So is that number 1 that you're putting in your hand?
I'm putting it in my hand. Steve, since you're the guest, you get to choose the first number, and then Jader, and then I get stuck with the last one. So whatever's in this, whoever gets this number is number 1 pick. Steve, what number do you choose?
Wait, what?
What?
What do you mean? Whoever gets that number? So I guess 1, 2, or 3.
You just pick a number.
1 to 3.
Yes, 1 to 3. That's all I had for toilet paper. Come on.
This is so weird. I get it.
2.
2? Jader, which
2.
one do you want? 1 or 3?
1, I guess.
Wait, but don't you know that what you have in your hand?
That's why I'm letting you pick.
I don't like your attitude.
Jader, you get the number 1 pick in the draft.
Awesome.
All right, and I'm going to put one more in my hand. Steve, pick a number between 1 and 3. 1? Okay. The number is 3. So I get the number 2 pick. Steve gets the 3rd pick.
That was fair.
Go.
Oh, well, but that's a snake draft. I come back around with 2.
Exactly. I have the worst pick in the draft. All right, so I'm just going to write it down here. 1, 2, 3. So, Jader, that means you are up on the clock. A lot of great movies to choose from. You have your pick of anything you want. You can completely spite me if you want to. And Steve, I expect Steve to go $1 Million Arm at some point.
Look, guys, I have, just like if I'm in a fantasy baseball, football, basketball draft, I got my stuff up here. I'm ready to go.
I got a big board. I'm ready to go. Jader, I expect you to go take the nut job here. Is that what we're doing?
First of all, the nut job was a Saturday morning screening down in North Cuba by you, Jader.
North Cuba.
Waste of a drive.
Why did you even go there?
Oh my gosh. All right, Jader, do you have
because the people that live down there didn't go to the screening.
Whiplash? Whiplash is going number 1 to Jader.
Absolutely.
I thought this was pretty much a chalk pick. I mean, Jader, why are you choosing it?
Why not? Because it was literally one of the best movies, if not the best movie of 2014. What's not to love about this movie, man? The acting, the writing, the directing, dialogue, everything about this movie for me, it's a goddamn near perfect film, to be completely honest with you. And it just gets better with time. It gets better with every single rewatch. There's no way that I couldn't have picked this movie.
I mean, I think J.K. Simmons has the best performance of maybe the last decade, maybe this century so far. It is haunting to see him. And then you see him in all these farmers commercials, and that's the peanut M&M. You're like, that's the same guy?
Yeah.
High tempo.
That ad just came up. It's so weird. That ad just came up on the page that I was looking at. We are farmers. And you know what's funny about that movie? I don't know if you guys going into it, I wasn't overly excited to see it. It was at Sawgrass. It was across the street from where I lived, and I gotta tell you, I was furious at this guy. I wanted to reach to the screen.
You wanted to jump into the screen and hit
which
him.
Was great, right? Because that's exactly what you want to have happen. But, ooh,
all right,
blood pressure's going up just thinking about it. Yeah, throw some shit. Throw a chair at me. Yeah, go ahead.
Not my tempo.
So, I've got the next pick here. And this is pretty easy for me. I would have taken.
Of course, it's easy.
Guardians of the Galaxy is going.
I know. I swear to God, I almost took it from you. I was like, you know what?
I was expecting you to.
I'm gonna take Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy. That is my pick. The best MCU movie to me. Although there's another great one out there for this year too. I'm sure will be off the board at some point. Guardians of the Galaxy is the perfect blend of action, humor, heart, drama, everything you want from any movie. Is what Guardians of the Galaxy is. You have James Gunn making you fall in love with a raccoon and a tree and making a 70s pop, a soundtrack completely relatable to today. Just the blend of everything is so perfect to me. So I'm going Guardians of the Galaxy here at number 2. Do you guys have any opinions on this, or you knew it was coming?
I knew it was coming. I almost stole it from you because I was like, do I want to be a dick? And I'm like, no, I'm gonna let him have Guardians. I honestly
that was
thought
being reported 2 weeks ago before we
Yeah,
even thought about this idea.
Yeah, like
I didn't scout anybody else. I just took him.
but yeah, I mean, what haven't we said about this movie on this specific channel as well, or any other channel that we've been on? Arguably, honestly, one of the best. It's my number 2. You know,
Yeah.
I think this movie is fantastic. They again, soundtrack, cast, direction. It's just a fun movie, man.
Mhm.
And I said this on the show last time. I feel that, and I know Steve can't relate to this, but I feel like this was what Star Wars fans saw for the first time when they saw Star Wars for the first time, where they're like, "Man, this is amazing." You know, it just has it just is a great movie. You don't have to be an MCU fan to enjoy this film. You don't even have to like sci-fi to enjoy this film. It's overall, it's just fantastic. So great, solid pick there.
And I have started watching Star Wars this year.
I know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you couldn't relate from the back in the day.
No,
thing, is
back
what I'm
then,
saying.
no. Not
Yeah.
at all.
You know.
Steve, you are up next with the next 2 picks here.
All right, I'm going with. By the way, Dan is begging to get in on this. Dan, you're gonna have to set this one out. And I don't know what 4K movie are you waiting on?
I don't know.
Tell us that in the
Whiplash,
comments,
I
please.
guess. Probably Whiplash.
Yeah,
Is it
probably
Whiplash? Yeah, it's gotta be Whiplash. All right, so I'm going with 2 that had me and everybody else on the edge of their seat throughout. I'm going at number 3. I'm going Nightcrawler.
Oh, you bastard!
Yep. Yeah, I did it. I did that. And you know what's funny about Nightcrawler is that I do the new on Netflix every month, and it feels like every 6 months it pops up as new on Netflix, as just to put it at the head of the line. Like it comes off for maybe a week or a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then it's new on Netflix coming at you. But Gyllenhaal, Paxton was in there, but Gyllenhaal was. There are so many people out there that still are iffy on Gyllenhaal. I don't know what it's going to take at this point, but there are those people.
Movies.
Watch more movies.
Watch more movies. Yeah,
it's absolutely insane. I love this spot here because I come around right back again, and I'm going to grab another one.
Don't do it.
And it's going to be from a director that Jader mentioned a little bit earlier.
Damn it!
And it's Gone Girl.
Ah, that wasn't my next.
There it is.
Jader, there was no way you were getting Gone Girl. I was gonna get.
Shut up, bro! I was gonna try. I was hoping that you'd get some other shit.
How many of us watched Gone Girl with our significant others, and we're just kind of like,
that's a horror movie right there.
Staring over and saying,
movie should have been called "Bitches Be Crazy." Is what that movie could have been called, bro. God damn that! And you don't want to know what's nuts? That you kind of don't even you sympathize for Ben Affleck, but at the same time you don't, because he was kind of a dick, and it's like you guys kind of do deserve each other, But man, Rosamund, her name fucking slipped my mind right now.
Rosamund Pike.
Rosamund Pike. Wow. Snub.
No,
for sure.
She was nominated. Huh? She didn't win. She was nominated though.
Who beat her?
Oh, 2014. Well, you're the Schmodown guy.
Man.
Thanks, bro.
I got you.
It was Emma Stone. Emma Stone for
No, Emma Stone won for La La Land in 2016. 24 was that Brie Larson? No, Room was the year before. So
Room was 2013.
Who was it?
I'm gonna look it up right here.
I know Patricia Arquette won for supporting actress. Was it? Jeez, I know J.K. Simmons won that year for supporting actor. Eddie Redmayne won for best actor. Who won for best actress? Is Steve Frozen? No, he's there.
No.
But anyways, Gone Girl. While he looks that up, Gone Girl. This was definitely my next pick. If Steve didn't take it, I thought the first 4 picks on this I thought were pretty easy because all four of these films are just true cornerstones that we still talk about today. And it was Fincher's last film, which is crazy. That was 2014 at this point, and Fincher hasn't made a movie since. We're getting one in less than 2 months, which is awesome. But yeah, Gone Girl.
Dan, come on.
Yeah,
Gone Girl is garbage.
Get out of here, Dan.
Wait,
Dan,
Tim thinks that too? Timmy, come on. Don't do that.
Oh, Alicia Vikander? No, she didn't win. She didn't win Best Actress that year. No. Okay, we're dummies.
We're dummies.
We're dummies.
Oh, wasn't it Arquette? Patricia Arquette won.
No, she won Superior Actress.
No, was
Julianne
it
Moore? Julianne Moore.
Julianne Moore.
Yeah, no one remembers Still Alice.
Exactly. Exactly my point. There you go. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
All right. My next pick. This is tough here because I think there's so many to choose from. I thought this was a great year for comedies. So even if I pass on a comedy here, there's still tons of options. Boy,
this is not. You're not picking a center here. You know.
I know. Jeez. I think I'm gonna spite Jader here. I'm gonna do something that he probably doesn't even see.
No, I know what you're thinking about because let me see if I read it. Go.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
what we do in the shadows.
I was.
I knew it was coming. What we do in the shadows is going to be my second round pick. What we do in the shadows is one of the funniest movies of the past past decade right here. And we keep saying that because this year was so good. What we do in the shadows, a movie about vampires just living their everyday lives. Who would have thought that this documentary style film by Taika Waititi would be so funny? It's become one of the most successful television shows of the past 2 years. So, guys,
I was going to ask you how's the show because I haven't watched the show.
It's got nominated for best comedy.
Hilarious. Yeah.
So, do you guys have any opinions on this, Jader? Do you have any opinions on this movie?
Oh, you already know how I feel. I mean, we put it in for the best comedy for the comedy show. I absolutely love this movie. It's not for everybody. I'll tell you that much. I recommended it to some people, and they did not care for it. They're like, dude, that is not my humor. I get that a lot from the people that don't like The Office and like Parks and Recs, like that dry, very dry humor. But I think this movie's hilarious. I laugh every single time that I've watched it. I crack up in the same parts. I pick up little lines. The werewolves fighting with the vampire. This guy got lost. Huh?
Kyle's gone. Just became the Steve and Jader show.
Absolutely. There you go. But yeah, man, I think What We Do in the Shadows is highly underrated. It's a super underrated film. So
welcome back.
Absolutely.
Back a kick
bastard.
All right. So Jader, you are up next. What is your number 6? Or
Jader is on the clock.
Yeah, you get the next 2 picks here, Jader.
Hold on, man. Let's see, bastard. I didn't think you were gonna. I mean, I knew you were gonna. I didn't think you were gonna pick it that early. I thought that was gonna be like a three rounder.
See, this is what happens.
Yeah, I felt he reached a little bit for it.
Yeah,
but
it was
for good reason. It was It's what Stugatz would do. You gotta think of the Stugatz mentality here. The Mamba mentality, Stugatz mentality.
I got the best team already. I think I know where Jader's going on this.
Do you?
Yeah, I think I know. It kind of relates to something I already picked.
You bastard. Am I that predictable? I'm between that one and another one. I just don't know when I want to pick it.
You have the next 2 picks.
Fuck it.
Yeah,
I'll take
back
it
to back.
now. Fuck it. I'll take it now. All right. So I'm going to go with my number 2 with Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
Yeah. That's exactly what I expected, but of course. Great movie.
Okay, Winter Soldier. I'm not writing that whole shit down. Yeah, I mean, you guys already know that this is my favorite Marvel movie of all time. Every time that I watch it, it doesn't get boring for me. It doesn't lose. Everybody's like, oh, it doesn't hold up very well compared to like what we got after. Because imagine this came out first, and Guardians came out like literally 2 months afterwards.
Yeah.
And then after that, we got our Infinity, you got your Civil Wars and Infinity Wars and End Games and all this shit that we got, Black Panther. But for me, I don't know what it is. I think it's again the serious tone to the film, the espionage spy movie that we got. I just think it's again, and it goes back to saying what we were talking about with Guardians, where you don't have to be obsessed with Marvel, or you don't have to know a storyline. Just know that he lost his best friend and his best friend's back type shit. And you can get anybody that hasn't seen a Marvel film and just, get them to watch it and be like, this movie is fantastic. So Winter Soldier for sure. Now,
everyone knows my thoughts on Winter Soldier. I think it's a great film. It loses me at when the guy in the computer he's like, I tricked you, Captain America. That's when it loses me. But then it's fun at the end. Steve, do you have any thoughts on the Winter Soldier before Jader makes his next pick?
Nothing that you guys haven't already talked about.
Perfect.
I think Jader hit it on the head. Anybody can go see it, and it could feel like any other type of a movie, knowing the background.
Keep talking.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tim did agree with him, but not there. I agree with Dan. I saw Empire Strikes Back in the theater.
Oh, okay.
But he also doesn't like Gone Girl.
I don't know why. Why don't people like Gone Girl?
I love it. I love Gone Girl.
Steve, you got the perfect spot because I thought there was 4 movies that were easy top 4, and you just got the leftover 2, the ones that we didn't pick. You got a great roster.
I can scrape up the leftovers. I'm not beneath that.
Sorry, guys. All right.
No, this is a lot riding on this. You gotta take your time. We usually get 90 seconds, for each pick, so you're good.
About to be auto pick. I'm about to give him draft.
Oh, man.
I will kill you. All right, that one's taken. Fuck.
What do we got here, Jader? Do you want something like giant robot?
No.
Don't you do it?
You know what? Just to make this fun.
Oh,
I'm actually gonna go with an action film. No. It's probably nothing that you guys would have thought, to be honest with you.
I know it is.
What is it? Let's see. Let's see if we got it.
Do you want me to write it down? Or I can't write it down, but I'll say it. The Raid 2?
Nope. I almost went there now. Nope. I'm gonna go John Wick.
Is that 2014? Oh my god!
Sure is.
I'm gonna go John Wick. I'm gonna go John Wick with this one. Again. What haven't we said about the John Wick films in this movie? Eat shit, Kyle.
Keanu missed me.
Yeah, dude. So I love this movie. I love this franchise. I still think that the first one is the strongest one of the trilogy. More because we didn't know what to expect. In part 2 and 3, we're already, we're ready for that roller coaster ride that they're gonna give us before part 1. No one knew what was going to happen. At least I didn't. I actually got to see this at a screening, and I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I had no idea that they were going to kill the dog. I had no idea that he was a hitman. So imagine killing the dog wasn't. I was like, what the fuck? And then it's him kicking ass and taking names. That for me was it's just incredible. Love this movie. Love it. Obviously, Kyle loves it too, but not as much because he didn't even know it came out in 2014. But
man, dig there.
Forgot about it, man. John Wick, damn. Okay, great. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you. That's an amazing pick right there. This was a sleeper. I'm surprised he didn't go earlier. Yeah. It's created such a large franchise. John Wick 3 was amazing. John Wick 2 wasn't as good as the first one, but still a lot of fun. I could still
hold up. They're still all great films.
Yeah.
The thing is that you're getting like great movies. Instead of getting like perfect 10s or 9s or whatever, part 2 is like an 8. Yeah. It's still great. So
I could see one of these every single year, and I feel like that's where we're heading. I would rather watch these. Like when they got announced 4 and 5. And people are like, why? Haven't we seen them all already? No, you haven't. Okay. If you're going to watch Fast and Furious movies every other year, I can get a John Wick movie every other year. Okay. That formula works so much better. Okay. That's my rant right there.
That's
There you
our
go. And,
Fast and
and
Furious
rent.
soapbox.
I can't.
And rent.
Okay, so now it's up to me. Number 8. I'm gonna go a little serious here, and I'm not gonna take one of the two Oscar heavy hitters. I'm gonna
Okay.
go with a very timely movie here, a movie that's very important for what's going on. I'm going with Ava DuVernay's Selma.
Ooh, I got scared. Okay, go. I thought you were gonna take something else. Go ahead.
I'm not taking. Okay, all right. All right. Selma. Selma is one of the most like just recently. It came out that David Oyelowo said that they were wearing Black Lives Matter shirts going into this, and that's what cost them him especially a Best Actor nomination for Martin Luther King Jr., which he absolutely deserved. Just to see Martin Luther King Jr.'s journey and just the brutality him and everybody of color had to go through. Ava DuVernay has such a heavy hand in it, but it works so well. And if you look at what we're going through today, especially people of color, it's truly it's disgusting to see that things haven't changed that much. So I think this movie is just as timely as it was 5 years ago, even more now, and it's a story that a lot of people need to see.
I can get behind that. Actually, absolutely.
Can't
So
disagree
I'm
with
going
you there.
Selma then. So that brings us to Steve at number 9.
Is this a
Steve-
back-to-back for me?
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
another back-to-back for you.
Mhm. All right. Dan, stop. All right. So I am going to go. I love having back-to-back. I love it.
I hate my.
You hate yourself. So glad I lost to Kyle. All right. So I was going. If I didn't have back-to-back, it was going to be a tough choice here because one of these I watched under very weird circumstances, and I'm gonna go with for the first of my back-to-back. This is number 9. I'm going with Birdman. And so Birdman, my weird experience is that I watched it over the course of 2 hours. I watched it over the course of 3 or 4 days on my lunch breaks, on my phone in my car. And then when I got through it, I was like, no, I gotta watch it again, all in one sitting, in a big screen. And as weird as it was, I loved it. It worked. And, everything about it. This guy is winding his career down, and as in real life, Michael Keaton, perhaps. And he finds a way around it. Spoiler alert for those of you who've not seen this yet. So Birdman goes at number 9 for me, and then number 10.
I want to say something about Birdman.
Oh, sure, yeah.
People really kind of discredit this movie now. It's one of the best experiences I've ever seen. Like the whole one-shot thing is now starting to become familiar to people, with 1917 doing it recently. I love it. I'll watch it every single time someone does it because it's so impressive. The amount of planning and plotting that goes into it is truly extraordinary. If you mess up one line, one simple piece of dialogue, something falls, something doesn't sound right, got to restart it all. And like I don't know about you guys, I only found 2 or 3 cuts within it, like visible cuts. Of course, there's way more, but I only find 3 visible cuts.
No, editing is out of hand in that, man.
It's crazy. So Dan just said our show's better than the Republican National Convention.
Well, I would hope so.
Shout out to Dan. Thanks, man.
That's amazing.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Man.
Best compliment I've received all day.
All right. So Steve, back to back. What do you got here?
All right. Number 10.
I know he's gonna take it.
Just because everything is awesome.
Draft day.
Okay. No, everything is awesome. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
I got it.
I'm going Lego Movie.
It's going Lego Movie.
Lego Movie. It was one of my favorite experiences that year because my son was just getting into liking some of the cartoons and whatnot, and just I wasn't sure how he was going to take to it, but he just loved it. And just looking over, and it's sentimental a little bit. He was only 3 years old. He's about to turn 9 in a couple of weeks. But just looking over and just seeing him just stare and smile and just throughout, and it was just an overall great experience for me. So I love the movie. but it just made it a little bit. And Jader, you know this. You know, it takes it to a whole another level of enjoyment when your kid loves it too. So
I can absolutely get behind that, dude. Being a dad myself, that's one of the reasons why. Besides it being a good film, and I'm not even going to talk about Lego Movie very much. It's with Sonic. I had that exact same experience with Sonic when I took my son to see it. As great as it was, watching him like light up and saying how awesome the movie was, I'm like, hell yeah, that's the reason why, it's why, we take him to the movies and all that.
Yep.
But same thing, Lego Movie, I obviously they're the same age. My son's now getting obsessed with Legos. Like now everything is Legos. Like, if I pick up a bag right now right next to me, it's full of his Legos. So it took him a while. I didn't see this in the theater. I got to see this. I saw this by myself, trying to get him to watch, but he was like not caring. He went upstairs. And I ended up loving this movie. Surprised because a bunch of my friends went to go see it, like, with their kids, and they're like, that movie sucked, dude. It was annoying. I didn't like it. They didn't get the humor. And then I don't know why.
No, they didn't. Clearly.
It clicked. And I'm like, this movie's genius, man. I love it. And then Lego Batman for me is another one that just, it kicks ass. Those are the two better ones. I didn't like Lego Movie 2 as much. I didn't finish it. But this is a very strong choice. I felt like this movie was snubbed as well. It didn't even get a nomination, which is absurd to me. Because this movie was so great.
The pure genius of it all. Look at the dominoes that fell after this one. All the Lego movies, all the Lego movie games. Like my son, Lego Avengers, Lego this. What was the other one? The
my son is obsessed. My son's obsessed with Lego Undercity cover Undercity or some shit like that. It's like Grand Theft Auto with Lego. You can literally take people out of their cars and build
Jurassic Park, Jurassic World.
Yeah. No, they're great games, man. So yeah, I get it. Trust me.
Okay.
Dan, another compliment this time for Jader. Jader trumps Melania. I made that funny. Dan doesn't have that, that comedic timing.
Not in there.
Gotcha,
all right. So Lego Movie, not bad. All right, let's go, Kyle. Let's see if you steal one of mine.
I'm looking at my roster so far. I got a comedy in there. I got a comic book space opera. I got a serious drama. I'm gonna go with action this time.
Okay.
I'm going to go with an action extravaganza. It's a movie we've actually covered on the show already. And they're Edge of Tomorrow. I'm going Edge of Tomorrow.
That was my next one, you bastard. Good shit, man.
Edge of Tomorrow. We covered the show. Who did we have on for that show? Oh, boy.
It wasn't me.
It was not Steve. We're at Edge of Tomorrow. This movie is like such a great sci-fi, unexpected action hit. There's the Groundhog Day of it all. We just saw with Palm Springs. It's a gimmick at this point. Yeah, people do it all over and over again, but I'll always watch it. I will give it a chance. If you're doing Groundhog Day, I will watch it. And to make it a war sci-fi alien film, that's amazing. And they pulled it off. Tom Cruise is as badass as ever. Emily Blunt's what I remember from this movie, though. This is what really was her coming out party to the world, where everyone said, okay, yeah, this woman can really kick ass. She can do anything we want her to do. You look at next year, she had Sicario, and then later on, Mary Poppins, and just and A Quiet Place.
I love Sicario.
Yeah. And, Sicario would have easily been a top pick if this was 2015, which we might do in the future if this works out for people. So, but yeah, Edge of Tomorrow, I love this film. Do you guys have any opinions on this?
Obviously, you saw how I spaz, man. I love this movie. I loved when we covered it. I loved revisiting the film. I think it's fantastic. It's slowly creeping up to become like it's creeping up to my top 10 favorite sci-fi. And I know that's not like saying like, oh, you have 10 other films that you like. I do, but it's every time I watch it, it just keeps getting better and better. I love seeing again, and we said this on our review, that Tom Cruise was not that, he was kind of like a prick in the beginning, and then he's not that, that forefront man, that ultimate badass. He gets there with time,
Mm-hmm.
It's so great. I love it. I hate you for picking it because it was honestly my next pick.
See, I had that here. It's something about Tom Cruise. It's almost like an impossible mission for me to. So it like I love the movie. I did, but Tom Cruise, it's got to be over the top good for me to
It's not your
really
Top
like
Gun?
him.
Yeah.
He's not my Top Gun.
All right, so Jader, you're going to close out the fourth round here. What is your pick? Because I know I just stole yours. So you got some
but
Show no did.
I did. I have a backup, which was going to be the backup. I mean, me coming back round, but I'm gonna go with a war film. Can you guys guess which one it is?
There's a couple options here.
Yeah.
There's one that I'm surprised hasn't been taken yet at all, and it's gonna be a fun discussion if it doesn't get drafted.
I'm gonna go with Fury.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Fury's a great choice.
Fury's fantastic. I think that movie is very underrated. I feel like not enough people talk about that film, and it's again one of Shia's best performance. And this is talking that Brad. I was about to say Tom Cruise. Brad Pitt's in the movie. Michael Pena's in the movie. John Barathel's in the film. Directed by Aaron. And for me, Shia just kind of outshines them, man. But it's honestly amazing. It gets me on the edge of my seat. That ending scene for me makes me, sweat in places I didn't even know I could sweat. I think it's such a fantastic, and I feel like it's so underrated. I feel till this day, if you talk war films, it barely gets mentioned. So
David Ayer's last great film too. His last good one, because he has not really since.
I haven't seen Tax Collector. Have you seen that?
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah,
okay.
Not good. He's worn out now. It's too bad because he was truly like a really cool director that we were looking forward to this things. But every film feels the same now. It's two guys. One's rugged and one is kind of new on the job, and they have to figure out their way through the world. You see it with Bright. You see it with Training Day. You see it now with The Tax Collector. He does a lot of this stuff. So I'm not into David Ayer anymore, but this movie was such a great turn. I really liked Brad Pitt, and like you said, everyone else in there. So yeah, Fury's a great choice. So Jader,
all right,
you are now on the clock
Jader
again.
comes back around.
Round 5. Quickly now, guys, if you want to make this decision now, do you want to do 5 rounds or 6 rounds? I know we were discussing it. We're in round 5 right now.
I think 5 gives us a nice.
So this is gonna be my last pick, basically.
Yeah, if we're doing 5, this is Jader's last pick. So, audience, do you have any?
Let's have the audience choose. You want this to be the last round, 5 rounds, or you want to go 6?
5 or 6 rounds, guys. Let us know. Jader's gonna have his next pick regardless. Either way.
Dan says Suicide Squad is better than Fury, and so that kind of like all the Kyle is better than this, and Jader's better than Melania. That kind of goes away with with that.
We got 1-6 in here.
Another 1-6, 2-6. Look, Molly and my homegirls, Molly and Jenny. Look at them. Shout out to them.
Jenny's been with you the whole way through. Joey's sister, and Molly said that she might have seen one of the movies that you list.
Yeah, she's
calling out Dan. Molly, you just became the MVP. Dan don't know shit.
Damn, dude. Take it easy, Dan. I'm right now like. Hold on, dude. I know. I'm sorry, man. Hey, man, I gotta make good choices.
You know, we need that sound that ESPN makes when you have somebody in the queue and the other person takes your player, and it's just like that deflating.
It's gone. Oh man,
girl.
Girl. He's on a roll right now. I like that.
What's going on? This is what happens when I'm tired. The whiskey,
Oh my God. There's only one that I don't know, man. I already got a comic book movie. I don't want to pick that one.
Do it.
No, I won't.
Listen,
you're right.
Do you not remember the March Madness that we did? If it's you remember we're getting voted on here in the group. If I would have picked 5 comic book movies, I win. Done.
That's true.
Even if they're shitty or not.
I had 2 that I had written down 2 that I thought for sure were 2014 and they were 2013. I was off by a year.
This is called research.
Yeah, but were you off by a year, or were you off by American Sniper, and you can keep on going with movies that get released in New York and Los Angeles on December 12th, 15th.
Yeah, and then we get it in January.
And then it's a January release. So it's
No,
me and Scott. It was actually with American Sniper, and Scott wrote a review. I think it might have been the last review he ever wrote, but in January 2014 or January 2015, and he's talking about American Sniper being the best movie of 2014. We had this back and forth, and if you go to IMDb, it'll show
it's a 2013 movie.
It's 2014.
Right,
No,
but it'll show
it's a 2014 movie, but it was released in
2013.
LA in 2013. So, yes, dude.
It came out January 2015 for nationwide, but
right.
They had screenings before, so it can get Oscar nominated.
Right.
That's why. So
that's exactly why.
Released.
It's a 2014 film.
Molly
I agree with
she's
you.
a drunk idiot. I don't know. Yeah, Molly hasn't seen any. Oh, Molly speaks in the third person.
Jader, what are you doing, man? What's going on?
I'm stalling for Jay. I'm reading the comments to stall for Jader.
You want Liam Neeson on a plane?
No, I don't. You know what? Damn, man. There's only 2 movies that I want to pick from right now, and
Dan's really irritating me now. Gone Girl, American Sniper, both of them call them both garbage.
God, I hate him. I don't, Dan. I don't. You know what? Fuck it. I was gonna go sci-fi one way, but I'm gonna go with another sci-fi. Ex Machina.
I know.
Son of a
That's
bitch.
2014.
Yeah.
I missed that one too.
Yeah,
I want to strangle you, Jader.
Ex Machina,
Damn
bro. Do you boys want to tell me why you're mad at me right now?
For me, when I saw the screening, I did not like it at the screening. I was not a fan. After the screening, I was not a fan. Rewatched it, loved it.
Alex Garland
just one of
tends
those.
to do that. Let me tell you, he tends to do that because a lot of people didn't like Annihilation when it first came out, and then all of a sudden, when it was released on Hulu and all that, it started getting it. Yeah. So, I mean, Alicia Vikander, I'm in the movie. You know, Oscar. You just put a little bit of you put glasses on me. I look like Oscar Isaac in that film. But yeah, man,
incredible.
Yeah. So I was. What did he say? Does he hate it?
He's still on American Sniper. He's saying Clint shouldn't have directed it.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no. Outstanding performances. I feel like the ending is completely twisted. Love that ending of the movie. Again, it's mostly performance in this one, and I love Vikander. Love her in this movie.
Love her.
So yeah, that's my pick. Are we going 5 or 6?
We're going 6. So you're gonna have one more pick after this.
Nice.
I can't believe that.
I know, bro. I thought you were gonna kick my ass. My list is looking pretty good.
I can tell you one thing. You chose the right sci-fi film if you were choosing between that and another one, because that one you might be able to grab that in the last round at this point.
Exactly.
Here we go. My next pick. I need to appeal to the children and the families in the audience here.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where the bears come.
Mm-hmm. I called it.
Oh my gosh. This movie is pure joy. Like, there's no other way to describe it. It is so great. I have a feeling that you guys haven't seen this, though. Have you guys seen Paddington?
I haven't seen Paddington, but I keep getting my ass kicked from everywhere telling me that I haven't seen seen this movie.
The 2 guys with the kids have not seen it.
Yeah.
Kyle.
What's going on here? What about Paddington 2?
Well, to be fair, Kyle was a kid when
Yeah, there you go.
That is true.
There you go.
Paddington. Yeah, I know. If I knew you guys didn't see it, I would have waited on this one, but I couldn't. Paddington is just so adorable. Like, if you guys, I'm telling you right now, it's one of those things where people will tell you, you got to see this movie. It's amazing. And you look at the trailer, you just look at the surface, you go, how? Trust me. It's a transcendent experience to watch Paddington. It's like one of those films that grabs your heart and just hugs it the entire time. Warm and cushy. It just lets you know that it loves you.
That's my exact description about the Peanut Butter Falcon. It's equivalent to a movie giving you a hug. That's what I felt the Peanut Butter Falcon was. I haven't seen Paddington, but you know what? You're not the only person to tell me that. Every single person tells me how great this movie is. So I know I have to check it out. I'm probably gonna get the kids to sit down and watch it with me sometime, maybe in the couple of weeks. But yeah, I haven't seen that. I have nothing to say about this film except that it's a bear. and Nicole Kidman's in it.
It's so beloved, and like it's really celebrated by especially the British audience. Like Paddington 2 got nominated for a BAFTA for Best Picture. That's how high they hold these films in regard. I believe Paddington might have also. I don't remember that off the top of my head, but still, Paddington is my pick. I have a kids movie in there now. Let's move on. Steve, you have 2 more picks. These are your last 2 picks. So
the pressure
in here. And Dan, no one's picking Grand Budapest Hotel because we're not Wes Anderson fans here.
Yeah, we're really not.
No, he's not my guy. He's not. I just don't buy into his movies. I don't. It's not that I don't get them. I don't care for the style too much.
Yeah, I wasn't going there. I've skipped that. I've skipped over that 17 times, and we've only been through 5 rounds.
Is this where draft day comes in, Steve?
Draft day is not happening. I just don't see it. So I got my kids movie out there. I got my weird. I got a lot of good stuff out here. I'm going to go, since Jader stole my 5th pick. I am gonna go with let's go with a little bit of horror suspense here.
Ooh, you bastard.
Let's go with a little It Follows. Pop It Follows up there. Suspense, thriller. The story was decent. Not the best of stories for this type of a flick. But it definitely held attention. It wasn't one of those, you weren't looking at your watch. You weren't. I didn't feel as though anything dragged out. So It Follows is my 5th pick. Yes,
It Follows is a movie that you should show to your kids when they become teenagers.
Yeah.
I think this movie actually holds up very well, and I feel like it's very, very, very underrated. You know me. I love me some horror. And I thought this was such an interesting concept,
Mm-hmm.
But I ultimately teaches stop fucking. Like that's basically what the movie's about. But I think it's so creepy, and don't know when it is coming, and you don't know who it is. And I thought it kind of like nowhere near the same, but like it kind of gives you that feeling of The Thing, like when you don't know who's the thing in the movie. Yep. And it's all tense up. It's a strange film, but I really dug it. And a lot of my this is another one that it's either you get it or you don't. You like it or you don't. You're gonna think it's the dumbest movie ever, or it's creative. I go with the latter, with creative, because I really dig this movie. So that's an excellent choice, and it was in one of 3 of my next picks. So good shit.
All right, Steve, last pick.
All right, and Dan, The Conjuring was the year before,
2013. Yeah, 2013.
That would have gone.
That would have been like my number.
It would have been
pick
off the board.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is this Transformers now? Are you going Transformers?
You read my mind. Can you see my paper? What's going on? Transformers. What did Tim thanked us for not picking a few of these? Was Transformers, the stupid Hobbit movie, and Mockingjay Part 1.
Part 1.
A little Boston accent there. I think I'm gonna do this again. I think I'm gonna go with I think I'm gonna go back-to-back horror.
Wow.
Okay.
And this one surprised me. I didn't think I was gonna like it this much, and I've not met anybody who has disliked it until maybe now. And Dan is shouting out what I'm gonna pick.
There you go.
Babadook.
Babadook.
Wow.
Babadook.
I didn't see you doing that.
Yeah,
I did not see you pick
You
that
just
either.
watched it. You watched it happen live on the show.
But I
Look
did.
at my boy. It Follows is a good movie. Jader, I'm downstairs. I didn't even know he was at my house.
He should have come up to your door and shouted, "Babadook." This would have been the perfect. I just thought it was really well done. The hallucinations and whatnot. I thought the story was good. I thought the performances were fine. And it was one of my favorite movies of the year.
I'll always remember from that movie what's become the gift, which is when the mother's driving with the son in the car, and she goes, "Why can't you just be normal?"
That's what I yell at Dan all the time. I don't know. It doesn't
People
work
put
out.
it with the Washington football team logo on the back of it.
I haven't
Oh
seen
my
that.
god, that's funny. That's
Oh,
funny.
man.
The Washington football team.
Yeah,
All right.
it's weird to say now, right?
I'm going to be saying Redskins for like the next 3 years. For sure.
Hey,
I've been saying Florida Marlins for I don't know how many years after
say
they
the
went.
San Diego Chargers. Like I don't even think the Chargers
Yep.
will be moved. All right. My last pick here. So there's so many good ones that I want to pick here. I could be a snooty film critic and take something. I could put the one that's going to push me over the top and help me win because I know it's got its defenders and Jader will probably take it. But I've done that to him twice already. I could go another.
He's taking it easy on you. He's taking his foot off the gas.
Mhm.
Yeah. I could go with another comedy here that I think is excellent. And I don't know. I'm gonna go with the sentimental pick, the one that I have. It's that one you have to have on your team because you just like that person. It's like that late round guy. I love Miles Austin when I was a Cowboys fan. He was not a fantasy pick though. He had to be on the team. I'm going with 2014's Begin Again. The
Oh,
John Carney film with
stuff, good
Adam
stuff.
Levine, Keira Knightley. Boy, I thought it was just going to be a commercial for The Voice. You have Adam Levine, you have CeeLo Green, and then it's just this really heartfelt movie that carries us through music of this woman who wants to be a famous musician and is betrayed by her boyfriend Adam Levine, who becomes this famous star. And it's just about how she kind of learns to be independent and be herself and go her own way. I always listen to that song, Still Lost Stars by Adam Levine. It's still something that I hold on to and play almost once a week or so. If you guys haven't heard it, please check it out. But John Carney, to me, is one of those directors that I'm checking IMDb every week to wait and see what's the next film he's going to do, because he followed it up with Sing Street 2 years later, which is something that would have made the list if we were doing 2016 films. So, yeah. Begin Again is my surprising pick at the end. I did not go with probably the ones that would have helped me win this poll. So, Jader, are you going to go for the win or are you going to go sentimental here?
Definitely not going sentimental, and definitely not going with any kids movies. Fuck them kids.
All right, so the nut job is running.
Nut job.
I am
awful.
I have
terrible.
There's actually 3 movies that haven't been mentioned, but I don't know.
There's a bunch.
I mean, they're not great. We're gonna mention them obviously, but I'm between either picking a comedy or going sci-fi again for some reason.
Dan's getting mad because we're forgetting one. Too.
He's furious. He's furious right now, and he hates that you mentioned Miles Austin. He has no idea who that is. He's been saying Boyhood since the first round.
Yeah, sorry. I know.
It's a good experiment. I don't ever need to see it again. I don't think they could be a good actor.
That's a one and done.
It's a one and done for me as well. I don't need to see it again. Sorry, dude. Not going there.
Birdman deserved the Oscar.
I don't know if I should go comedy. I have a comedy, I have an action, and I have a sci-fi film.
Don't do the sci-fi, just despite the director, please.
No, actually, the director is actually you're a fan of the director. It's not what you're thinking. It's not what you're thinking.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
I thought it was. Well, I mean, you don't. You can.
Oh, we're not gonna use it.
You can speak freely.
I'm gonna mention it. Yeah, it's not Interstellar. Sorry, guys, to disappoint you.
Sorry,
Nolan. Sorry, Nolan. It sucks because it's middle tier Nolan film for me. I know that everybody thinks it's so mind blowing. I think it's a good movie, but Tim got it. Jesus Christ, Tim's good.
Dawn of the Apes.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is where I'm going, man. I just did a rewatch, obviously, when we were supposed to cover this. Actually, we haven't done a Planet of the Apes episode. I just went ahead and I'm like, I think it's gonna win. But then Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is my pick. I think it is the strongest one in the trilogy. As much as I love every single one of them, this goes to show. This is another one with kind of where John Wick stands with me. I think John Wick 1, 2, and 3 are excellent. Same thing with Rise, Dawn, and War of the Planet of the Apes. I think every single one of those movies are great, but Dawn just grabs you. And I feel, and I get this shit all the time, but I feel like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is what Empire Strike Back was for Star Wars. It just upped everything from the first one. You care about Caesar, you hear him speak. You going back to Franco's house and seeing, you know, where he grew up. Gary Oldman being the villain, Koba being the villain. All that for me is just fantastic, man. I freaking love this movie. We talked about the director earlier today, so there's no way that's why when you said Spike the director, I'm like, I know where you're going. But yeah, Matt Reeves, man, he's an incredible filmmaker. That's why I'm super excited, because of what he did with the Apes film is what makes me want to go and see the Batman even more. So that's probably my pick. If you guys want to talk about what you had or whatever.
Yeah, my last pick, I was deciding between a couple. Apes was, you know, a little lower on that list. I don't think I was going to pick it entirely.
Kyle, was The Fault in Our Stars one of them?
It was on the big board.
It
was on the big board, but it did not make the cut.
If the real Ralph was on this show, that would have been his first pick.
Yeah, for sure.
They probably would have. I was deciding between 22 Jump Street was also on the list. It was something I think that's one of the funniest films I've seen in a while too. Snowpiercer's on there. Bong Joon-ho's Snowpiercer.
Snowpiercer's 2013. That's the only reason why I didn't pick it. I was going to put that one for my number 5 instead of Ex Machina. But Snowpiercer's 2013. That's okay. I double checked because I thought the same thing, and then it came out July or June of 2013. But I could have sworn it was a 2014 film. That was gonna be. That's why I had to double check. There was two that I thought were 2014, but they ended up being 2013. That's why I didn't pick them.
That's why it's tricky. That if we ever do a draft, we got to work off the same list.
Yeah.
Just
absolutely.
I was also considering Under the Skin, Scarlett Johansson sci-fi kind of introspective film where she's this creature that can kind of just overtake men. Very, very interesting. I don't think a lot of people have seen it.
It's not a stretch from real life.
I think Big Hero 6 is a great movie too. That's one that I was considering, but Paddington took that spot for me. And then I think Roger Ebert's documentary Life Itself is something that should be talked about. I think that's a great film. So I don't want to take them all. So Steve, you got any that we were looking at?
The three that you mentioned were the three I was going with: 22 Jump Street, The Theory of Everything, and Big Hero 6.
I didn't go Theory of Everything.
No, he went Roger Ebert.
Yeah, Life Itself.
Oh, Life Itself. Yes, that's where I was going. Life Itself. It was here. It was on screen. It was those three. I mean, whenever you think Big Hero 6, you think about the pudgy little poke.
Yeah, it's so cute. Not as cute.
I went a little bit more mainstream. I had on my list. I had Kingsman on my list. Yeah, I think that movie is for fantastic.
Sure. Kyle was going there.
Yeah, Chef with Jon Favreau. Yeah. Chef was there. Neighbors and X-Men: Days of Futures Past. Those are the ones that I had written down.
I can tell you were struggling with that one a little bit too. That was with the comic book one that you were thinking.
Yeah. It was between that, but obviously for me, Winter Soldier's the better one out of all of them. But Days of Futures Past, I felt like deserved a little bit deserves recognition because that's honestly the last real great egg. No, I can't even say that because Logan came out afterwards. But full X-Men film, that's the last one that we got. That was fantastic. I feel like that movie holds up. It's still the best X-Men film for me if you don't count your Deadpools and your Logans.
Exactly.
But yeah.
I remember The Weeknd, 22 Jump Street, and How to Train Your Dragon 2 both came out, and I remember just how like both of those films made over $50 million in the same weekend, which is unheard of. So I thought that was something that stuck in my mind. We got a lot of great ones this year. We got Denis Villeneuve's Enemy with Jake Gyllenhaal playing two characters.
See, that's another one that I had, but I double checked and it was 2013. I was double checking everything.
The other one? Okay,
it was 2013 as well. Yep.
What do we got?
I almost jokingly put I was gonna put The Guest. But then I was like, no, I need a win.
The Guest is great. I guess
I love The Guest.
I don't think that's that great.
Big films that didn't make anyone's list: Interstellar and Boyhood. Both those films that were really Godzilla was something I was looking at for a little bit. I feel like I'm the only defender of Godzilla. but I love that 2014.
I'm a defender of it now after I saw the new Godzilla film.
Oh, it's so bad. That's
So now I
That made you think twice.
I defend the Gareth Edwards one now. I'm like, hey, it's not that bad. Have you seen King of Monsters?
And finally, the Shower Buddy, Horrible Bosses 2. That was another one. I was really concerned.
I'm surprised you didn't go with Horrible Bosses because I know how much you like that movie.
It's a good
Horrible Bosses.
I was very when you started mentioning comedies, I was like, oh, he's going Horrible Bosses too. But
if I would have done that, man, I would have definitely lost because people don't like that movie at all. So let's look at our list here. Jader, you had the number 1 pick. You went with Whiplash, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, John Wick, Fury, Ex Machina, and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I had the second.
I won,
pick.
Bro. I won.
We're not done yet. I had the second overall pick. I had Guardians of the Galaxy, What We Do in the Shadows, Selma, Edge of Tomorrow, Paddington, and Begin Again. And then Steve had Nightcrawler, Gone Girl, Birdman, Lego Movie, It Follows, and The Babadook. So
Steve's list is pretty dope.
Oh, go ahead.
Steve's list is pretty dope, bro. Jesus Christ.
I was scrolling through some of the other movies. Have you guys seen Creep?
No, I have not.
On Netflix?
No.
Please see Creep.
Yeah?
My brother-in-law came over and he said, "Oh, let's watch this," and I'm like, "What the hell am I watching?" And then all of a sudden, it's like,
"Yeah, okay."
Next? What? And then there's a Creep too. But watch Creep for sure.
Creep.
Okay.
Is there a song in there by Creed?
No, not Creed. Radiohead. Come on, man.
Yeah.
If you gotta tell the joke, tell it right, bro.
Okay, what else we got in there?
This was fun, man. We definitely got to do this. Yeah. We got to do this with like 6 people to make it real fucking challenging.
Yes.
See, it was a good idea, guys. I'm glad.
It was. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. This was
I gotta get.
You
rid
can
of
get 10 people in here. 10 people can fit in here.
Look at that.
And really get crazy.
We should consider that for the CST fantasy football draft. Maybe doing a live one would be fun.
Ooh.
I think that's something we should talk about. But movie draft, guys, I thought this was a really fun episode to do. So I'm glad we did it. I'm going to put our list up on Facebook, and then people, you can vote and tell us who you thought won. I'm clearly going to lose. I thought I
was. Wait. Can we rewind the beginning of the episode?
Yeah.
You were gonna like spank us up.
And not only that, before the show started, he was already prepping us to get our asses beat.
Hey, you're gonna lose. Don't worry about it. We got it.
Listen, I did all the research I could. I got all these movies up, and I forgot John Wick and Ex Machina. What the hell?
Hey, guess what? They're both on my list.
The guy who didn't prepare at all. Steve.
I'm just gonna do this from now on. Just show up.
I tell you, the one that hurt me the most was Ex Machina. That hurt my soul, Jader.
For me, it was Gone Girl because I was clearly I knew I wasn't gonna like get it, but at the same time, I'm like maybe they forgot that maybe they don't like it. You know, I'm like I don't know. I thought honestly, Kyle, I don't know why, and I'm sorry, but I thought you were gonna go honestly. I thought you were gonna go like Boyhood and Birdman like right away.
You thought I was gonna be the snooty critic?
I really did. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm like I'm gonna have fun.
I was close, man. I put Selma as my only snooty critic one, I think. But Selma's really good. So
yeah, it was a very good film.
So guys, that was the 2014 movie draft. I hope you guys had a good time. Look, a lot of people are contributing and hanging around here. Thank you all.
I think we should do our shows on Tuesdays, man. Look at the crowd, man. It's been great.
We got to do the movie draft again. That's something.
Also, you also have a phenomenal guest.
Yes, that's all. Steve, thanks, man.
He brought the books. Does that count? Okay. Is that a good joke?
It's legit. It's legit.
It's there. It's there.
But guys, thank you all for joining us again in the chat. We will be back again Thursday, so keep that in mind. Thursday, what's looking like on the poll? We're going to do Pulp Fiction with Nardo, so it's going to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I thought it was Men in Tights. I thought Men in Tights was winning.
Pulp Fiction made a quick comeback, so
nice.
Be ready for that. Jader, I'll talk to you about that afterwards because there's a suggestion I want to make too. If we can, we'll see what happens. Steve, anything you want to plug here?
My Mets are losing on second game to the Marlins today. No, nothing to plug. Just head over to the site, cinesportstalk.com. We have a few things up our sleeves over the next couple of months that I have not even shared with you guys yet. There's some potentially good things in the works for the site. The Just Too Sweet show was postponed from tonight. Probably go on tomorrow, I think. Right, Tim? You let me know there. And then you guys, there's also going to be Empire 161 show, which is the Yankee show. Yes, I folded. I do what's best for business here.
Umpire or Empire?
Empire. So it's a.
I thought it was a Star Wars. Should have been a Star Wars show. That's a missed opportunity.
Well, it's kind of a blend because they're huge Star Wars fans, so that's where the Empire comes in. And then 161, the Yankee Stadium's on 161st Street in the Bronx. So.
That's Tim's on that show, right?
Yeah, it's Tim and his buddy Ed.
Nice. Okay.
That do the Yankee show.
Shout out to Tim. I like Tim. Always putting his 2 cents in our shows. He's our number one fan.
Can I tell you that Tim can jump on any show that we do on the network and just know about it.
Fucking do it. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yes.
That's it.
So guys,
you just paused, dude. I was like, "What happened?"
Oh, you were talking. You were talking.
No, man.
Allowing you to speak.
I do that. No. I'm rude.
I do that.
I've been there.
Look at Dan fired me before all the good stuff happens.
Oh wow.
Them's be the breaks.
Shit.
Quick programming note, guys. We used to do our shows on Fridays, but these past 5 weeks, we haven't because the Schmodown's been doing live events, and we got a big Schmodown crowd that likes to follow along with us. So we don't want to interrupt them. But this is the last week they're doing a live event on a Friday for I don't know how long. So we're gonna try to get back to Fridays. We're gonna work around the schedule, see what it is. We'll always let you know when it's gonna be, but just be on the lookout. So Thursday again, Pulp Fiction with Jessica Nardo, and thank you guys again for watching the Jader and Kyle show. Jader, any final words?
I'm tired.
All right. We'll see you guys in 2 days.
I know. I brought the energy, though. I brought the energy.
You did.
Pre-show, I was completely
just
dying.
Enough.
Jeez. Yeah. There you go. See, I wish, man. I ran out of water. I got to go get me a whiskey downstairs now, though. But yeah. Yankees do suck. Have them. Well, I don't even know why they have a Yankee show. We should have a Boston Red Sox show.
The Red Sox are 9-21 right now, but
it's okay. It's still better than talking about the Yankees. I don't care.
Bring all shows are welcome. Get some Red Sox guys
honestly,
together.
I haven't seen baseball in like 4 years, dude. So I'm talking shit. But sure.
All right.
But yeah, man, this was fun, man. Let's do it. We have a show on Friday. Sorry, Kyle. I'm doing all that. I mean Thursday. I can't even plug my episode for the Schmodown because I don't even know when that airs. No. But yeah, so it is what it is.
Watch Jader's last Schmodown match.
Yeah, go comment, like, subscribe, do what you got to do, and say you love the Hurricane, please. I know that's like a selfless plug or whatever, but I need it. Tell everybody you love me.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time on another episode of the Jader and Kyle Show.